common thing that I've been asked by many people before is, Petey, when I came to God at first, I just saw him do amazing things in my life. I was on a spiritual high. I had dreams, I had visions. I felt like he was speaking to me and I could hear him more. I felt like my prayer life was different. This kind of a scenario is something that many of us experience, especially in the beginning when we come to him. It's almost like a honeymoon phase in any type of relationship. You know, when you meet the guy or the girl, right, who you're marrying, and you know, in the beginning, it's all so new and exciting and different. And I want to submit to you that it is the same with our relationship with God. When we meet someone, when you meet a husband or a wife, in the beginning, even they would hope for you to tell them as much as possible that you love them. They would even, when you don't text them good night, they would even wonder, do you still love them? And they may come and say, oh, do you still love me? I didn't hear from you today, right? But then you would tell them, no, I do still love you. And you notice that when you do get married and when that relationship deepens, even though they still hope to hear that you love them from you often, right? At the same time, when you don't text good night, it's not the end of the world, because they know your love now. They have become more intimately familiar with you and your love for them. You have even made now a covenant of marriage with them. And this covenant of marriage brings about stability and security. A covenant where you proclaim, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I've made a commitment lifelong to have you my husband or you my wife. See, so it is with God. In the beginning, God comes and he just showers us with reminders of his presence and his love and his commitment towards us. But then when we grow in this relationship with him, God expects us to grow into a place of faith and trust in the covenant that he has made with us. Because when we enter covenant with him, he is proclaiming to us, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I love you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. And so we don't need God to text us every night to remind us of his presence. In fact, what if he goes quiet for a little while to see how you'll react, to see whether you will actually now walk in the faith that you proclaim you have, or whether you will only serve him and love him and worship him and know he's there as long as he tells you, reminds you. See, brothers and sisters, there's going to come a time in our lives when we're going to go through dark times, hard times, trials, tribulations, and in the midst of those seasons, it is imperative that we know he's there no matter what we feel. That we know he's there no matter the trial we face. That we know he's there no matter what people say. And for us to grow into a place like that, we certainly need to have it when things go well with us, know he is there. Similarly, it is when we have children. And our children, when they're young, they tell us, Mom, Dad, look at what I'm doing, look at what I'm doing. And they do something. And then they tell you, Mom, look at what I'm doing now. And they want you to look. They want you to see. They want your attention. They want to make sure that you've got your eye on them. But later, when they grow up, become a young man or young woman, they won't be saying, Mom, Dad, look at what I'm doing, look at what I'm doing. No, because they know you're there. They know your love is for them. They know you're close by, always at the sound of their voice. And they don't need feedback all the time. See, brothers and sisters, that's how our Father is with us. When we start growing up in him, it may feel like he's gone silent. It may feel like he's pulled back. You might even be like, God, where has your presence gone? But in fact, what this is that he is actually showing you that he is now seeing growth in you, and he is asking of you to come and enter a deeper place of growth and season of growth with him, where you can have his presence with you no matter what you feel. I remember not long ago, just over a year ago now, me and my wife, we had a big move in our life. We wanted to move somewhere, we weren't sure where, we felt like we had to move. And God put on our heart to move here to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we didn't have all of the practical and logical reasonings for why. We didn't have all of the reasons that typically people move for. But we knew that God was putting it on our hearts. And God didn't come in a dream or a vision to us. He's done that before with other things, but this time it wasn't like a voice from heaven, if you will. What we had though is, Lord, we are praying, we are trusting you. God, I trust you, I know you will stop us if this is not what we should be doing. God, I know that you're in control, and I know that your Spirit is leading us, even if I don't have all the reasons for why. And so, brothers and sisters, I want to submit to you, this is how it looks sometimes when we start growing up in the Lord. That I know, I don't have to fret, I don't have to worry, because I know that he is leading me and he's not going to let me go astray, because my ear is inclined to his voice. And sometimes when he doesn't speak like a voice from heaven to us, that just means that we're on the right path. Because I know that my Father, if I'm going off track, like if I'm making a big mistake, if I'm making a decision that's going to lead me astray, I trust that he is with me. He's going to speak to me through dreams, visions, or through people, right? Or however he wishes. But I know he is with me no matter what I feel. So I hope that this blesses you. This is an exciting thing for you. This is not something that's to be a scary thing. It's an exciting thing that God calls you to trust him deeper than ever before, because he wants to do things bigger than ever before. But that means that you're going to need to not walk by feelings, not by what you see, but by faith. May the Father bless you and keep you, shine his face upon you, lift up his countenance upon you, give you his shalom, his mercies, and his grace. If this has blessed you, consider partnering with the ministry. I want to say a special thank you to our partners who have made this teaching possible. Many blessings and shalom.